Just a continuation of last go.
A repair facility is better than our anti-tank guns.
It seems as though. Oh, another thing we wanted to go over, me and Mitch, we were talking about, Mike, your idea about the air bombardment, how we just take off CP. So what we talked about, me and Mitch, and we wanted to present it to you guys, and we like the idea, is that, when we drop our bombs on each other and we get a result, the results are numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Every result, let's say it's a 1, you lose 10% of your CP value, plus you get 1 cohesion hit against you. If you get a 3 result, you lose 30% of your CP value, and you get a -3 cohesion hit against you. What do you guys think of that?
Sounds good to me. I mean, we can try it.
And that way, there's no TOE loss. It's just you losing your CP value, plus you're getting a cohesion hit against you.
And there was one other attribute, Clay, that we discussed.
What was that?
The number also indicates the number of battalions that are affected in this way.
Oh, yes.
So if it's a 1, it's just 1 battalion. If it's a 3, it's 3 battalions that suffer 30%.
Wow. Okay.
What do you guys think of that?
Go ahead.
So we're talking the number, 1 in this case would be a 10% of CP plus 1 cohesion.
1 cohesion, yeah.
That I'm worried that might make air power a bit overpowered. Maybe,
We are competitive.
Now remember, the 1 that Mitch spoke about, it represents that only 1 of your battalion in your division is taken out of effect.
Yeah, right. But all those things roll up to the formation, so the per battalion thing is like superfluous, because the formation has the CP expenditure, or like of the lowest unit, and has the cohesion of the, what I'm saying, like everything. Yeah. It's done by the whole formation, so the per battalion thing I think is superfluous and kind of, I don't know. I don't want to have to track all those individual things for every battalion.
Well, how did it? So, Mike, why don't you tell us, how did it work on your side when you had it?
I never had it. I'm just telling you that was some of the conversation online. We played with the rules as written.
I like the idea, though. I also thought the cohesion hit maybe is a bit much, but I don't have a strong opinion on it. But I like the 10, 20, 30% thing.
We can make it for the whole. You lose cohesion, not cohesion. You lose
percentage as to the whole stack.
The whole stack.
Well, I guess if there's more than 1 unit in the hex, that's when those numbers would matter. Like 1 parent formation. So if there's like 5 individual battalions, then those numbers that wouldn't matter. Like, I guess if you only roll a 3, only 3 of those battalions would be affected. But if there's like a division, only a division in the hex, then
number of counters in the hex affected. I like that thinking.
Yeah. So it's like the number of formations or unit, things that are separate counters on the map.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, that works. That works. I like that. And now, so the CP we're good with. The cohesion you guys are unsure about. The reason why we brought the cohesion up is that we didn't feel there was enough damage by having your CP reduced by a little bit. Because if you're a motorized unit, you can still continue moving because you have a lot of CP value. And so if bombs are being dropped on top of you, shouldn't your cohesion be affected? And that's where we're coming from on this.
The other thing to consider with cohesion is it's additive. So if you have a division with 7 battalions in it, and 2 of them have a cohesion effect, of say 3 each. If you add that's 6 divide by 7, you're going to have a net cohesion effect of -1.
Mm-hmm.
So there can be some balance here. And 20, I definitely like the CP effect. I think that is, that's the one in some ways that's going to hurt, but the men are still there. I mean, we can try it. Honestly, we can try it. See how it works in reality. I'm game.
Okay, we'll play it out, and we'll all get a sense of it. And if we don't like something, we'll just bring it up and say, "Hey, listen, this is not working."
Okay.
Please. Thank you.
Okay.
I had one move that I wanted to make, and my thought was it's either twofold. Norman had brought up in our last session that we could do something called some sort of movement after close assault, or I'm not exact. Norman, what was that movement you were talking about?
I think it's called retreat before close assault.
And that can be any unit on the board, right?
It's any of the non-phasing player, yes.
Okay. I just wanted to move this one unit here, an additional hex, because I can move in here for 7, and it just takes me to 20, and I don't incur another breakdown.
Yeah, I mean, it's limited to, I think, 4 CP.
Is it a single hex, though?
It's 4 CP.
And that's strictly, it's not 4 CP or 1 hex?
That unit can't do this kind of move.
Yeah, I don't think anything's
We didn't do close assault.
Well, but does that phase get skipped then? Is it? Or the other was, I think we just miscalculated my move there, and I just wanted to do that.
I'm okay with you making the move, tell you the truth, but I do think we need to get that rule right.
Yeah, let's get that rule right as a minimum.
It's 1324.
Thank you.
And it does say 4 CPs or move 1 hex, whichever is greater. Huh.
Right, and it's retreat before assault.
And that's kind of an advance. So I'm okay with you moving it there, but I don't know if there's a definition of retreat. I think there is, and it's to your supply source. Is that not? And I might be messing my games up. I'm only playing like 5 right now. So, but
yeah.
If you're required to retreat towards your supply source, retreating as an advance, I don't think is an option. But if it's not, then yeah, I'm fine with it. So,
Norman, what do you think?
I'm just reading the 13.0 rule to see if it says anything like that. You can't enter an enemy zone of control, and you can't retreat from 1 to 1 directly. It does say retreat before assault is voluntary. As such, it is handled somewhat differently from retreats mandated by the close assault CRT, which is the thing that says you have to. Well, actually, I don't know if it says you have to retreat to the supply source, but.
Yep.
It might be good to clarify this when it's not so important. You know what I mean?
To me, the retreat is just part of the title, and it's just another thing that allows, mobile units to, run circles around or away from the slower units. I'm fine with the retreat not being actually a quote unquote retreat. But I'm also fine if everybody wants it to be an actual retreat. But yeah, we should decide now.
Well, and let's keep an eye on it too to make sure we don't create some sort of strange imbalance.
Okay.
And then for
And
right
also,
now,
there's a point
I
of
think
like, if oh,
let's
go
take
ahead.
Norman's
Sorry.
approach. No, let's take Norman's approach for this deal, where what that retreat before assault is a title issue, and that it involves movement any way you want within those limitations of the 1 hex or 4 CP, and I'm okay with that. And I'm just saying on this one, whether you use that rule to advance the 7 CCNN over there, or if you would have considered a move beforehand, I don't care. I'm good either way. That's my opinion. I still got 2 partners you need to confer with.
Okay. Okay. My big concern is that retreat before assault takes place after all barrages have been completed, and any non-phasing units that are not pinned may retreat before assault. That's the opening of the rule. We didn't do any barrages. I'm not sure that this is an option here.
Okay, so what you're saying is that if it skips that piece to it, then even though that's inserted in there as part of it, so is it possible you could say, does anybody have a barrage? The answer is no. Next step, is there a retreat? So what you're saying is that if we skip the precursor, then that's not possible based on the sequence of, one of the problems is we don't really have a sequence of play. It's worth a crap. Because it looks like all, and that we probably ought to craft one of those, to tell you the truth. But
that'd be lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm honestly not trying to rules lawyer this, but I don't,
no, you got a point.
This happened,
Well, yeah, I was curious about this aspect as well, and I'll phrase it this way. Are all steps taken irrespective of whether or not a prerequisite phase is taken? I mean, do you just literally move through the sequence of play, and it doesn't matter if there's a triggering event, or are there triggering events? And so can you, in essence, by not making any attacks as a phasing player, can you then, by doing that, limit the response that otherwise could be made had you made an attack?
Well, I think in this case, the combat segment, which is within which barrages, retreat before assault, close assault, and anti-armor, all those things happen, that's the phase we're skipping.
Right. I don't know if you actually skip phases is what I'm saying. Whether or not they're taken.
And the rules are, at least in terms of retreat before assault, doesn't really get into, doesn't spell that out one way or the other.
It just says combat segment, and you walk through the phases. It doesn't say, there's no sort of, the anti-armor step doesn't say anything about, only execute this phase if, something before happened.
Well, but anti-armor is independent of that. If you're adjacent to someone, then you can do the anti-armor. That's true. So retreat before assault, barrage itself is not material, because you can still have close assault and you can still have anti-armor combat and close assault regardless of barrage.
Mm-hmm.
So it would seem to be that if there's an adjacent enemy, you can do the retreat.
It would be a retreat before assault might read, if it was perhaps, is that if you have any adjacent units, you can now do retreat before assault, but it doesn't really say that.
Okay, go back to Rule 11 under the general rule for the combat system.
Lovely.
Okay.
No, I love this. I truly do.
So during each combat segment, combat is mandatory between opposing units and adjacent controlled hexes. There are 4 basic types of combat activity: barrage, retreat before assault, non-phasing units, anti-armor, and close assault. So do we have any of that? Because, of course, retreat before assault allows movement by non-adjacent units.
I think each section is independent.
Well, this is this is the rule that governs this whole section.
Yeah, no, but I mean
Activity.
Prior to that paragraph continues. Prior to the resolution of each type of combat, the phasing and non-phasing players secretly allocate units to perform one or more of these activities as they choose. The relative ability of a unit to perform a combat activity is a function of its basic rating for that activity, modified by its current tow. Blah 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 blah. Each activity necessitates the expenditure of capability points, and like each activity underneath that is at the same level. It's section 12 barrage, 13 retreat, 14 anti-armor, 15 close assault. I don't think any of them are pre-dependent on any of the others. And the way the capability points they cross both portions of the turn, I think that's the limiting factor of like if someone wants to retreat before assault, they are expending capability points they either won't have on their half of the turn or perhaps gain cohesion because they're going over their limit if they went first. So I don't think I don't think a side has to perform a close assault somewhere on the map for other units anywhere else on the map to be able to retreat before assault.
Yeah. I'm going to give that they can retreat before assault because after the general rule, then there's procedure and a big long paragraph. The next paragraph starts, the non-phasing player may now retreat before assault with any of his units that were not pinned. So, I am concerned that the rule about retreat before assault doesn't really talk about retreating. Because then it's just another movement phase.
Yes, it's just another form of continuous movement.
Okay.
Hey, how do I message you guys all of you in Basel? Is there a place where I can
click on the
type up here?
Just up there. Type here. Okay, cool.
Yeah, just in that slot right below where it says German M tank.
Right. Oh, I see it. Yeah, right there. Okay, so let me see if I can get this to. Okay, go ahead. I'm just putting in some still in the air stuff. Oh, it won't let me paste. Holy shit!
Oh, if you do a Control V.
Control Z. Okay.
No, Control V.
V as in Victor.
Exactly.
There we go. All right, there you go.
Okay. My question is the 7C CNN. Did it start its movement in Massas?
So maybe I've got it wrong.
I think the reason I ask is I think it's 21 breakdown, but I might be counting wrong.
Let's do it. Make sure because if I had it wrong, then this is all moot and it was just a great discussion. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16. You're right. There you go.
Yeah.
See, all that conversation for no reason, but hopefully we got that rule pared down better now.
There's a reason.
All right. So I sent you that link to the Board Game Geek thread on air, and they talk about the strafing issues. And there's several ideas that are punched out there. And there's also a link to, I think it's the Consim World stuff. Hang on, let's see if I can find it. I think it's in here. This is a lengthy post.
Oh, I see it. Wow. Maybe that would be good fodder for us to read between here and there.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they talk about not all the ideas we're here. So I think that may be worth. There's the Constant World one right too. It's right there. This Daryl Pavitt, and it's November 10th of 2010. He's got a link to that Constant World. I'm going to click on it. Let's see what comes up. Yeah, and it's there. It's still there. And I'm not as versed on Constant World, but I'll get Tom Bell is. And I'll have him go through and figure out what they've done over here too. But there's a lot of conversation about the air rules. Like one of the rules he brings up, or one of the things they bring up in their example, was 12 SM-79s being jumped by a bunch of gladiators. And what they're saying is that the bombers get to fire at every single plane that comes in. And because of the +2 formation bonus, that those SM-79s are stronger than the gladiators. And so there's a possibility that you could lose every single plane, and they get to shoot first. Don't forget, it's not simultaneous. So they're shooting first. Interesting concept.
But the bombers only get to shoot at the ones that are shooting at them. So if
I agree. But you know what? If you got 10 of them on one bomber for some reason, he gets to pop at every one of those once he gets shot down. But if he shoots first, you know, as like I said, you know, it's like that thing says right there, it's possible. Doesn't mean probable, but it is possible to shoot down every fighter. And they're talking about the B-17 Queen of the Sky stuff. So anyway, an interesting read. We don't have to go over it today. I don't think we should go over it today, but whatever you want to do with it.
Thanks for the link.
And I'll look for the stuff on Constant World to see what they say about the CPA racing and bombing.
Okay. We have our LRDG raid.
Yeah. Yikes.
Yeah. So, Benghazi. When I just need I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time articulating words at the moment. When the file that we had, I moved around the 25th, whatever BOL is, Bologna, to avoid its zone of control with the LRDG.
Okay.
But I didn't do the same in Bars because it didn't appear that there was something that exerted a zone of control, in Benghazi. So I just wanted to check that there isn't something that exerts a zone of control around Benghazi.
No, the only thing I got in there is that 60 BRS, and it doesn't have a ZOC.
Okay.
And
but it does protect the hex.
Right. But I didn't move in the hex. I moved.
Right. Yeah, but it doesn't have a ZOC.
And there's no combat units in Benina?
Correct.
Unfortunately, no.
But we got minefields all around the area that anything that runs through there gets blown up.
You do have a couple, ME-262s coming in fast, though.
Well, then we're raiding that airfield as soon as I can find the table. Does anyone know what it is? Desert Raiders raid table.
2791.
Yeah, so we're going to try to both blow up the field and any planes that happen to be on the ground. So targeting the airfield is a D6. A 3 is no effect. And targeting the planes on the ground, we need a 1 or 2. 4 is no effect.
Can you see planes on the ground? I mean,
those minefields kept me away.
That was a lucky one there for us, I think. I'll take that.
Yes, we'll take that one.
I'll take it. I'll take it. As bad as things have been going, I'll take any good luck.
And then they, scoot off in the night, never to be heard of again.
We totally forgot about those units. Me and Mitch were looking at it yesterday saying, oh, we forgot about that guy. But this
I've been
time,
trying to lay up you guys in the
but
back.
this time we're not going to forget anymore.
Yeah.
That's it with those guys? That's it? They're done?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Sorry, yeah. And then they move off somewhere.
Now, what's their range again? 60?
They have 50 CPA.
50 CPA. Okay.
And once game turn, they have to cruise through some place to pick up some supplies. So I can go 5 operation stages between resupplies is the max.
Okay.
You guys eventually get some of these too, sometime down the road.
And you're also going to notice, I don't know if you did notice, over in, I think this is allowed, although double check with me. I moved some SGSUs into Tripoli and then moved them once. And those were associated with the planes that I flew into Benina. If they can't move, I'll move them back to Tripoli. I just wasn't 100% sure.
I'm sorry. What was the note again?
I had some SGSUs that I hadn't that were associated with the planes that I flew into Benin the last turn. They just got attacked. Yeah. So I wanted to move those into the African continent. As I understand, I have to move them into Tripoli first. And then my question is, if I move them into Tripoli that turn, can I move them?
As long as they didn't do any refits, expend any CPA, I think, because they have to expend their full CPA to move on this off-mat.
Oh, okay. And they probably, at a minimum, refit some planes. I get it. Okay.
Where'd they start?
Sicily.
Hey, and let me just tell you, hold on. Yeah, and before you go refitting, you can transfer airplanes without having them refit. So even if the whole squadron is down and it hasn't been refitted, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and transfer them to where you want to go. But at some point in time, in order to fly a mission other than transfer, you are going to have them refitted.
Yeah.
And so if you flew them, let's say, from Tripoli to Benina, and they weren't refit, that's fine. They're parked in Benina. They're not going to do anything in Benina anyway until the SGSU gets there. But
I can use other SGSUs to refit them just at a minus, right?
Exactly right. Exactly.
Okay.
Right. And so, I think it's -2 even if you're using Germans to refit Italians. And so you can even use the different countries SGSU to do that. But those SGSUs, you don't need to refit anything to move the whole squadron over. So you technically don't need to spend any CPA really, unless they flew a mission for some reason.
I see what you're saying. Okay. Okay.
And also, sorry.
Go ahead.
They don't really have SGSUs in Sicily. They just refit for free. You can get SGSU reinforcements up to your limit, and they arrive anywhere in one of these boxes. So you can just have them be in, is it Tripletania, the last box?
I could start them right in Tripletania?
Yeah, because it's 3482. But you have a certain number of SGSUs you're allowed based on the number of planes you have on the map.
Map, right.
Yeah. So
so I can move these.
They can just show up. So yeah, that's.
I use fake SGSU numbers in Malta. So I just picked them out, and I'm using 200s for the bombers and 100s for the fighters just to make it easy. And they suggest that you kind of group them that way, but you don't actually have a physical SGSU marker off map. So
that kind of answers my next question, which was, are those really SGSUs up there? And that answers it. So these are SGSUs that I have associated with those new planes I flew in, but they have to make their way all the way across the board.
The naval convoy arrival phase is reinforcements.
Oh, they do. Okay.
In Tripletania. And then you have to then move them. Or, you could boat them too using your, if you wanted to use your shipping to ship them, you could start them if, I think.
No, I think we only can do supply. We can't do SGSU.
Right. Sorry. I guess
they should be able to drive up there from there this turn. It'll be okay.
You have to start in Alexandria or Cairo.
Thanks for clarifying that action over there on the side there. Appreciate that.
Okay, guys. In the beginning of the turn, we were supposed to bring in some trucks because I did in production, so once per turn. So I'm just going to put the trucks in Tripoli.
Hey Norman, did you see that the module's now up on Vassal, so you can just link directly to it if you want. Although it does have an error in it, somebody pointed out.
Okay. Those trucks that I put in Tripoli, we have supplies that we can bring in and production, and the Germans, or the Axis, every turn we get to bring in a certain amount of trucks. And that's what I just put on the map. And it gets deducted from our total amount of trucks that it's available to us. And that's on, if you go to the Access exclusive charts, it is chart number 20.66. It's the Access truck production chart.
Oh, yeah. $2,890 trucks, which is actually what, 28,900 trucks. Wow.
Okay, that's it. That's it on my part. Is everyone here, by the way?
Yeah, quite a few.
I just came in.
Recording
This is Chris.
stopped.
We've got Crack and Jeff on, I see.
I think that's Chris.
Yeah, that's me.
I think so too.
Chris, don't worry, you didn't miss anything. We just went over a repair, and then we were just talking about other things and how we're going to deal with bombardment with air.
Okay.
So instead of taking a TOE loss, we decided that you're going to lose CP. And if you look at the bombardment chart, it's numbered 1 through up to 6. So if you get a result of 1, you're going to lose 10% of your CP value, including a -1 to your cohesion. If you get a 3 result against you, you're going to lose 30% of your CP value and a -3 cohesion against you.
All
if
right.
you get that result. So that's, and we're going to play it out. We're going to feel it out and see what we like about it.
All right, cool, man.
Okay.
And there is some reservation about the loss of cohesion, just to be clear. Should we start the turn?
Oh, yes. So basically we're in the beginning again, operational phase, organizational stage.
Initiative.
Ooh,
Oh yes, initiative.
I don't want that responsibility.
Well, we want it. So Access players, do you want to go first?
Oh, that's right.
You want to let them go first. What do you say?
I think we move first.
Okay, we'll go first.
Oh, don't we roll for initiative?
Do we do it every
Is it
time?
initiative
No, I thought
every
we
turn?
have initiative for the whole turn.
I think so.
Yes.
We have it for the whole turn, Tim.
Oh, I see. Yes, you declare your initiative. Got it. Okay, so you're going first.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Weather.
Just like a fascist. Sorry.
Beauty.
Who wants to roll?
Jeff,
for
you want to
weather?
roll?
What's that?
You want to roll for us?
Do you really want that?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see. It's just straight D6, right?
+6, yeah. We're plus.
No,
Are we plus
the
6?
2d6.
Oh, the
Jeff.
2d6. Okay, I got you. Here we go.
The snowstorm.
Normal,
Yeah. Normal. Okay, phew.
just like a fascist.
Just like a fascist. That's right.
That's right. Okay, what's next? Organization phase. So, anyone want to do construction? Anyone want to attach units to themselves or detach units from themselves? You do it now. Everyone on your charts, just mark in red that you expended water. Chris and Jeff.
Yep.
I seem to have it's already red.
Okay. Now I supplied you with water, so that should have been white, but you can
Okay.
leave it as red now because you're gonna just drink it again.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is the right thing because it shows you were editing this like about 40 minutes ago.
Yes, because I have it. I write everything down, and so I just input it onto your spreadsheet in the computer.
And this would also be the time that you'd also have to make some draws if you're drinking from a fountain, right?
If you're in a town,
Yeah.
that is
So like,
that's I think during movement. Correct, guys?
Oh, okay.
That's during movement that we expend. I think it's 1 or 2 CPs, and then you can take from the well.
Is there any CP cost to drink from a well?
Yeah, yes, you can definitely do that in the movement phase to draw from a well, but it's very unclear to me in the rules. I was just trying to figure this out. Like now, like you're in the whatever it's called, the supply redistribution segment. I think you can. Like you're in a well, but you can't really. Do you spend CPs now to do it? Or do you
Yes.
not have to spend CPs? Okay, yeah, I don't know. I guess you'd spend CPs now to draw from the well, and then you roll on a table, and you can use all that water, or if there's a dump there, add it to the dump.
Okay, so we'll do it then. We'll mark it in our book that we do it at this turn. So I believe it's 1 or 2 CPs that we have to expend. Let's see.
It's in the chart. Draw water. It's oh, hey, check this out. I'm looking at 6.3. Draw water, load, unload troops, blah blah blah. During an organization phase, costs 0 CP.
Nice.
Draw water other than during an organization phase is 1 CP. There you go, man. The
Okay.
rules cover everything. I should have.
There we go.
So let's roll for the. Well, I guess that's a secret roll. You don't know, so we'll roll for that one
Right.
off later.
It could go
Okay.
dry.
Right.
Yeah,
So
for
we'll
the-
roll for 27 Brev later, and probably over in Nophelia as well.
And we can be trying to poison all these wells as we run away.
But it's
By the way, that poison is not like rat poison; it's salt. So it makes it. No, seriously, it makes it.
I know.
undrinkable, but
We should tell them it's rat poison.
one of my
Yeah, well,
grandfather's
sure.
biggest worries during World War II. He was a paratrooper. He didn't drop at
Yeah.
Normandy or anything like that. Was that he was looking for water. He'd been told that the Germans would poison the wells, and he was like on the verge of just whatever. And he said, "Screw it, I'm drinking the water. If that's what's going to get me, that's what's going to get me."
I'll go first, and I'll start with this unit over here. 6. Okay, my well might be depleted. Let's check.
Well, it's a secret.
except for he's got to put the marker on there that says depleted well.
Well, no, you don't get to see it until later if
it's
you go
not-
into the hex.
It's not depleted. Now I'm going to do this unit here. Okay. And that's it for me.
Bress,
Hey, Mitch.
we are in a tank.
Yes.
Did you put the rules into the help file, rules file,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Hey, how do I make I want to take the sequence of play from each section and copy and paste it onto a Word doc. How the hell do I do that?
Why don't we
can't
connect
get
on
the
that
copy.
tomorrow, and I'll help you out on it, okay?
That's a deal. Thanks.
Call me or message me or whatever, and we'll make it happen.
Okay, cool. All right.
So Jeff, you're not in a town or village.
I
Chris,
don't think so. No.
Chris, you are. You can roll, Chris.
Yeah, I just rolled a 3. I'm not sure if that's a town or what's a BIR.
Beer.
It's a beer. It's a
Beer.
well.
Oh, okay. So I'm in a town. I guess I got 200 water points.
Correct.
All right. And let me
So all the
secretly
water.
find out that
so-
it's gone.
So all the water that you drank, okay, that you mark red, you can
Yep.
unmark it, make it all
Okay.
white.
All right.
Since we're doing this, I'll go ahead and do the 27 Brav.
No, that's me.
Oh, that's you. Okay. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yep. And then sadly, that second roll was a 1, so it looks
Oh.
like there's no more.
By the way, if you
No,
look
you
on
don't.
map B,
You don't have to do a second roll. It's only when you have an asterisk next to
Oh, okay. Okay, I see.
hey, look at map B at hex 0812. It's down by Girabub, and you'll see there's a little place there called Beer Boo Salama. And I would suspect that anything that's a beer has that beer there. There's a joke in the rules about cold beer here.
I'm going to
Even
roll
around-
for Mertha Brecca way back there. 4, it's fine. And we'll do for Ophelia as well. Is a 3 okay? Yeah, we're good.
Now, guys, our trucks can roll as well because it says units. So can your trucks.
Okay.
Have we rolled for 25 bowl?
No, have not.
Do that now. There's a 5. That's going to trigger something.
Yes, roll one more time.
Okay. 3.
You're good.
Okay.
Who's controlling this one? 25 ball.
I think that's me.
Okay, you want to give it to one of these guys because you can handle everybody.
Oh, I don't have any problem giving up 25 ball. I've got all the stats and stuff for it.
Chris, Jeff, you guys want to?
Maybe next week. Let me try to handle this.
Okay. All right. I'll
I'm
handle it
still
this week,
wrapping
but
my
it's-
head around it. It's well right.
Okay.
You
Sure.
got it.
I'll stick with it for right now. And if somebody wants to grab it, that's cool.
Tim, why don't you and I grab it?
Ha. Yeah, we'll put it in Alexandria.
No, we'll march to Tunis.
Let's go there as prisoners.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're done with rolling for water. Next, construction. You guys want to do construction? And then we have training, which that would be on their side. Tactical shipping. We're good. You guys are not going to do your fleet. Now we're into air.
Clay, did you get my note earlier
Did
about
you
those 4 extra planes?
You sent me on Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll look right now.
So that gives you can use that at any one of those 3 hexes. Or yeah.
Okay, that works. All right, guys. Since you guys weren't here last week, Chris, I moved some of your planes. If you look at the
Okay.
map down in the south, you had some planes here,
Yep.
correct?
Yes.
I moved the part of them to here.
I don't see where the new.
Masseuse.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Yep.
Okay. However, we got reinforcements, so I replenished them. So you have all the same planes that you have.
Okay.
Back again.
Cool.
Jeff.
Yep.
You are good. However, I'm going to write to you what you're shy on your planes.
Okay.
We're doing offstage 2, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the rest are good, Jeff.
Right.
Except for that.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad. And there's that you didn't rebase them, did you?
No. No, I did not. I did not. Now,
Excellent.
I'm going to write you guys in the Facebook, because we went over this yesterday, me and Mitch, what we're going to attack and what we're going to do. So
Hey, Norman,
Yes.
on the LRDG,
Yes.
if we move a unit into the hex, then it's revealed. What if we move adjacent to it?
No, it's only in the hex.
Okay.
If I move into a controlled, like a zone of control, then there's a chance.
Okay. Is it a chance if we move on top of it, or is it automatic?
You're making me look it up. I'll tell you in a minute.
Chris, hold on for a minute. I'll tell you what you have.
Hey, Tim, I agree with your message.
Okay.
It's a chance. You have to roll a 6 on a d6.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm not going to try to do it. Then.
Yeah, so you can drive around all over yeah. It's not a very good chance.
Because I got that 60 VRS and it's got some, move, and I thought, well, I could go hunt for it a little bit if it's on a trail, but probably not worth the fuel expenditure.
Yeah, Mike found it. Norman, I'm sending emails just kind of making notes.
It's funny how, by the way, Tim, that you can't do a breakout room.
I'm looking at it. It does say something about Zoom rooms at one point that I found, but I can't find where to enable it.
Because if you go into settings, on mine, I go in my settings and I scroll down in the settings, and there's a section that says breakout rooms, and you enable it, and it allows our group to say, okay, we're going to go into a separate room and do our thing and talk.
Yeah. No, I get the purpose of it. I don't have that as an option in my settings. And again, it may just be my company chose not to pay for that.
Sounds like you need a new company.
Yeah, can't complain too much.
I don't know what you're doing to your hobby life, though.
Oh, then I could just, pay for the privilege instead.
Guys, are you guys, Chris and Jeff, are you good with what we talked about, or is there something else you think you want to add?
Nope.
Oh, I'm good.
Do I have to declare that I'm doing that there, or just do it where I am?
Yeah, what you do is you'll take your counter, a plane counter, and you'll drop it on the hex, and you'll say what you're doing.
Okay.
So we're in the plane phase. Is everyone ready to do their thing?
Yep, I am. Hang on a second.
Take your time.
No, I'm done right now. I'm typing, that's all. Okay. So let me see. I'm going to need, where are these markers?
Where's my thing? Where did my marker go?
I just cloned one off of the.
I think my marker's underneath your units. Tim, you're 24th Australian. Here?
Yeah.
One of my markers underneath your guys. I can't get it.
Nope.
There it is. There it is. Okay.
Low flying bombers.
I've got my missions placed.
I'm almost done.
Getting mine done in a second here.
Which one, Clay? Do you remember which? Where am I putting my Italian bombers? Which hex? Is it this one?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
All of them, including the additional other ones I mentioned.
No, the additionals you're going to do here.
Okay, I'll put them there then. Thank you.
Hey guys, sorry, where in the settings on Vassal do I set it so that it doesn't follow whoever's?
It's under the campaign for North Africa.
Oh,
up at the top.
Jeff, go
That's
into
file preferences.
Oh, there we are. Thank you.
If you're doing a replay of the moves, a vlog, it's kind of helpful to turn that back on.
Sure,
Saves you a lot of hassle.
Yeah. Just
Oh, sorry.
So your fighter marker over at Benghazi, the 11 BE, the ME-110s, you don't have to put the number of planes that you have on there. You just have to mark down the fighter.
All right.
It's not a harm, though. It's just an option. You can put that on there. It's not a problem.
Yeah, it is. It's exactly. I mean, if it makes it easy for you to remember, then that's fine. But it's just info that we don't necessarily have. Then now we do.
Oh, okay. I saw them marked on the left with the numbers, so I just moved it over. Okay.
And if you want to, you know what? I would put 107 BF 110. Let me
Add
think,
a few.
oh,
Add a few zeros.
We got some Henshells for you.
I moved mine over. It's got numbers on it, but I wasn't paying attention to them. So, you know.
Okay, guys, we put out our units.
Okay, I did too.
All right, we can start. We'll start with Benghazi and work our way inward. Anything
Okay,
going
well,
on with Benghazi?
Well, how about if we start to the left of Benghazi, like down by El Ahila?
Okay.
So down there, I have. Where is that? Okay, I've got 9 Blenheim 4s bombing the airbase.
Are we down here?
So, yeah.
Okay.
So Blenheim 4s.
Do I? Yeah, I have some units in, and I don't know if I had to put a counter out or not for this or not. But in Ophelia, I have some planes on scramble.
Then no,
Is this within range
scramble.
that I could try to make a scramble?
Yes.
Yeah, you can try it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8,
18.
9, 10. Too far. I think 15 is the max.
Okay. Scramble. What was that scramble chart? I see it. I got it. Yep, 15 is the most. Okay. Probably didn't even want to do it for a one shot anyway. Gotcha.
Okay. So I go. Where the hell is the? There it is. Okay, and I've got 104s. I got a bomb load of 6. And how many did I tell you I had? 9.
Yeah.
So that's 54 bomb points. I don't know if you have any flak in there or not. I don't think you do.
We do not.
Every field has
50
one AA inherent.
But is that an airfield or an
Oh,
air
it's
base?
just a strip. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I'm on the for airfields. I need a 52 to 66 to do anything, and here's my roll. It's a 51. No. All right,
Oh man.
Dyslexia kicks in.
either way, so that's good enough. All right, that's it for that mission. So now we can go to. Now we can go to Tobruk or Benghazi.
All right. Are you guys doing anything on Benghazi?
No.
Okay. So there's no need to go there.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Then we'll go up here in the north first. We'll start at the top right here.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have. I'm coming with JU-88Ds, and I'm bringing in 231 bombing. And
Plus the Italians.
Mitch, what are you
There's
bringing in?
Nine SM-79s, I believe. Or I can't remember how we divided that up.
How much firepower is coming in for you?
Oh, 9 times 12, right? 108.
108. So that's going to be 339. So 339 puts on a 261, 320 column, and we're just bombing your combat units. And I'll roll. It's a 22. A 22 is a 3. So 30% of your CP is reduced. Well, you lose 30%, and you get a -3 cohesion hit. And we'll take these off, and they're done.
And you didn't. There's no need for these as well.
Right.
We'll go to the next one, which would be here. Next one. I'm bringing in 231 again. There,
48.
48.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 279. 279 puts that 261, 320 chart. 63. That is 40% of your CP and a 4 cohesion.
Hey, Tim, are you marking that down?
I was just writing up the 9, the 9th Australian. What was the other one? The 24th?
A 40.
So 40 on the 24th? Got it.
Thank you.
Is this affected by terrain?
No, not for bombs, not for
No.
air.
Double check. I don't think
I've
so.
looked at. I let me tell you, I've looked at it too because I think that's bullshit. But I've never seen it.
Especially on the receiving end.
I agree
Okay,
because artillery is affected, but not air. It's just weird.
Well, but you are dropping bombs as opposed to hurling shells, which is a different concept. I mean, howitzers sort of deliver like bombs, but not quite.
We're going here now.
Oh, I've got a little recon there.
Okay.
Let me tell you how many planes I got. Recon. I have. It's either 7 or 9. I'm not going to double check a characteristic of the plane before I say that one can do that. No, I have. I have 7. Whoops.
So air recon, that means it's a 3, right?
Yep.
And then to the die roll for every 4 planes completing the recon mission. Oh,
So I add plus
you gotta,
1 to my die roll.
okay, right. So you roll and then add plus 1 to it. Yeah, got
That's
it.
a 6.
So it's a 7. I mean,
That's
3
2.
goes plus 7 as well, but 6.
Yep,
Oh, you rolled
6.
6 net.
Yep. So you have to reveal 2.
Starting off
And
with
then you
tanks
Starting with tanks. Yep.
and then infantry.
Yep.
And we have 2 battalions there.
And then you can lie about their toe strength.
They're 40 each. I don't know. It's within, well, hell, 110, then we want 10. You know,
It's within
we'll
2.
just say it's 6.
Okay.
Is that right? Am I lying?
And
No,
you
you're
also
right.
have to identify the units as well.
Okay. Tim, you're going to have to identify the units. I'm
The
still
second of
looking through it.
the second of the 13th and the second of the 15th Australian infantry.
Hey,
Yeah, here we go. I'm on that chart now.
Jeff, you're doing strafing there, correct?
I am. I'm strafing Great Uncle Lex, who was in the second 50. So there we go. Sorry, Mom. It's your uncle. So I'm coming in with 23 BF-110s, which is 115 of TAC air. So we're on the, I think even, and I don't think there's any column shifts from what I can see. It's just infantry, right? There's no fortifications or anything?
Right.
Yeah. So we'll be on the far right.
Is there a strafing table?
40,
yeah,
40.
40.8. So it's a 65.
Oh my.
So that does a result 3, which is as bad as it gets for the Aussies, I'm afraid.
Right. So that means we lose 30% of our CPA, and we got 3 disorganization points to where they are.
Okay.
That was a strafe, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So that's,
I don't know if we're doing. I'm open to it, but I don't know if we're doing that. Just
No, I think
throw
that's
that out there.
just for bombing.
I thought it was just for bombing as well.
So
That means we have to lose like.
it's the number of
3.
TOE strength points.
Yeah, but
Okay.
aren't we doing the rule where it's the defensive strength value? So if they have a defensive value,
Yes, because it'll be too overpowering. So if your defense strength is a 2, and we got a 3 value, you would lose 2 of your TOE.
Got it.
And do they lose any truck points, if any?
They
That's what it
lose
is.
transporting trucks.
Or transporting, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice shot,
Do they
Jeff.
specify we'll take them off?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do it for you.
Okay, well, I'm there, but that's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, why did I do that? Let me back that up. Undo move. That should be there.
Well, I feel like I'm wasting all my fighters. I was kind of expecting some Commonwealth attacks there.
So we have one.
Well, a brilliant strategist once said, "Nobody expects the unexpected."
So
Wasn't
So
that
good job.
Monty
I
Python?
flew all those sorties without any effect. Ouch.
So we're going after this last one right here. I am bringing in 198 bombing points.
And I'm bringing none.
You have any AA that can fire?
A sec. Nope.
So 198. So we're on the 161, 200. 45 is 3, so 30% and a -3 cohesion.
Tim, I made that change on the TOE. Did that show on your chart?
You changed the 3rd Indian?
No, I changed the 20th Australian. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm seeing the numbers that I updated, so we probably just walked on top of each other.
Okay.
That's okay. The numbers are correct.
Okay. Good enough. I'm sorry.
And I did also mark off the trucks. So,
Yeah.
all right.
All right, so we're getting into axis movement and combat. I'll start first on the top in the north.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and mark the rest of my flights as flown, so those markers are coming off the map.
Chris and Jeff, on your spreadsheet,
Yep.
the CP move, you can erase all that. That was from last turn. That's what you did. So you can just get rid of that.
Did we somehow lose our trucks? I came in here dreaming about having a
You have trucks.
a division full of trucks. Because it looks like we walked last turn. All of our CPA for movement was 10.
Which unit are you talking about?
At 27th Brescia.
That's all we
Yeah,
moved
we
only
yeah,
moved
we
you
probably
10.
moved you to that beer, and moving into those next couple hacks. I think was going to give us it would move us to another breakdown level because that's 20 breakdown.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't want to risk you losing a bunch of trucks to move a little further. Is what the game plan was there.
Okay, cool. And then, so I don't actually see updated fuel really requirements for any of these guys.
So the fuel that you expended, which I already did, I refueled you guys. You actually wasted, so you know. I'll text it to you, and I'll tell you what you wasted.
Okay.
It's not a waste. It's you use.
You expended. Okay,
There you
guys,
go.
I'll move. I'm gonna move Rommel. So
That's column J that we're
4,
through the CPA move, right? Yeah.
8, 12, 16, 20.
Breakdown.
So we're going to stop there, and that's going to cost me in breakdown points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 40. That's the breakdown value to get from there. So 40. And it's one shift to the right. And that's going to put me now, which is not going to be good, 41 to the 50 column. So I'm going to roll, guys. Here we go. 13. No breakdowns.
That is unreal.
I know it is.
That's a little payback for some of that earlier bad roll. That's cool. Wow.
That was perfect. But let me
Roll for
mark
your
that
trucks.
down. Excuse me? Oh,
Roll
yes.
for your trucks.
Roll for my trucks. He's right.
Oh, that's way worse.
50%.
Oh God.
5-0.
5-0.
Wow.
No, remember it's
Wow.
take the 40
It's-
because that was the total, and then go 2 to the left. Correct.
No. Oh, yes. You're correct. 2 to
So
the
it's
left.
only 33% of your trucks.
Thank you, Tim, for helping us out there.
Still 33.
Supply trucks.
That's a lot of ammo.
However, they do break down in the hex they're in, right?
Yes.
No, or not. They were within 2 hexes of it. No, well, yeah.
They were within 2 hexes of an enemy, so they actually half of them break down in this hex they started. I believe that's the.
Oh, by the way, one other thing too, I just want to bring up whoever's running the Air Force, those SGSUs that are in Benina, you cannot transfer planes from one SGSU to another.
Right.
So just, you can refit them.
At
But- and there are
a negative
Yeah.
modifier.
Right. But also if you lost like half your planes, then you could transfer them to another. There's a couple of criteria in there that allows you to transfer planes and pilots. I'm sorry, not pilots, just planes.
Right.
So I just want to make sure that, while those are there and doing that, those guys will not be able to fly a mission unless the SGSU, which they were assigned to, actually makes it to that base.
No, but can't they be refitted at a negative with a different SGSU?
They can be refitted, they just can't fly a mission
Why can't they fly a mission?
because you have to have your SGSU there to do that.
They can be refitted. They can transfer, but they can't. They can't transfer.
No, they can transfer. They're allowed to transfer too, and you can refit them as you want. And you do that maybe when you have them overstacked. But I don't believe you can fly a mission without the SGSU, except for transfer. And Norm, correct me if I'm wrong on that, because I trust you on that one.
I don't know off the top of my head. I'd have to go look at all the rules.
All right, guys, I'm going to move my. I got to check this. Does replacements they can move on this turn, right? It's not during or is it during supply? I think it's during supply.
Truck convoy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'll leave them here. Next, hey guys, Mitch, I'll take 25 ball.
Okay. I'll get you the stats on it after, okay? Or if you have any questions, just ask me what it has.
It's 8, 9, 10.
Wow.
11 to there.
No,
Why? I'm on a road.
you can't use the road.
Oh,
to
that's
move
right,
into the
that's
heck of
right.
the Ariete.
That's right. 10 to there. I have.
Just move Ariete first.
Yeah. So that would have been 11 and a half, so 12 to there.
Is that a full strength division?
25 ball?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes,
Can't
it
go
is.
in there.
Oh, that's
It exceeds
mountains.
the mountain
That's mountains.
stacking
That's not.
Stacking
no.
is 3.
Hold on. I'm on the road. We talked about this. We spoke that if you're on a road, you can go in there. It's when you're off the road you cannot be in there, because you cannot get the benefit of the mountain if you're overstacked. You would be considered in clear and fighting on the road.
So if you fought our unit next to that, you would not get any. Well, it's true. If you're attacking, you get no terrain benefit anyway. So if you're bombarded, there's no terrain effect.
That's correct.
Well,
Because
he wouldn't be able to. Okay, then he wouldn't be able to use the entire division then, right?
That's the concern I have.
so I guess we can say if we attack, then we can only go in with 2 stacking points. I think that's the fair way. Do you agree?
And you can only defend with 3.
3,
no
I
matter
meant.
what.
3, I meant. Okay.
Yeah, and we're aware of that.
What does 3 stacking point look like in the context of a division when there's often way more stacking points than
Well, you can
see
go
what I'm
to the organization chart, Mitch, and on there it tells you what the battalions, what their stacking points are. Or you can just take a whole regiment, Mitch, and a whole regiment I believe is 2. Some are 3, but most are 2 stacking points. So I can actually go in there with a regiment and bring in maybe 1 artillery battalion with me. You follow me? To fight. As long as I stay within that 3 stacking limit.
I am kind of assuming we don't have to break our divisions down to move through road hexes through the Jebel Akbar, if that makes sense.
You can move through it. You can't end your movement overstacked. That's
So if I did this, what we're trying to say, guys, I ended here. If I want to attack, I can say I'm only attacking with 3 stacking points. Is that allowed? Or are we saying no, you got to break them out of your division first and then make the attack? How are we handling this?
I think that the only thing that can attack or defend is the stacking point. So basically, what can stack in that hex? So to use your example, 3 1 stacking point battalions, or a regiment and a battalion.
Okay, so I can go in like I'm showing right now, but if I'm going to attack you, I'm going to say, hey guys, I'm just going to be attacking with my regiment and that's it, and we're good. Correct?
Yep.
Okay.
And there's no particular problem from being overstacked at the end.
I can make, you know what, let's just make it easier. Hold on, guys. See,
Well, I just want to make sure we get this. Let's clarify this first. I hear what you're saying, Clay, but as divisions move through mountain terrain, if they end their turn in the mountain terrain, are they overstacked or not? And what's the effect?
Well, they shouldn't be because you're on the road. Because you can never go through the mountains on a road then as a division.
But so my understanding, I didn't know we made a previous agreement or whatever. So I'm not talking about that. But so the road stacking limit applies only during the movement phase. And that's why, like, when you try to move through someone that's on the road, you pay the penalty. But at the end of the turn, it's the hex stacking. I don't mean end of the turn, but end of movement, whatever. It's the hex stacking point that applies. So if you're a division in 5403 that's rough, you can move along this road all the way to, like, say, 5409, which is another rough hex, and end there. But you couldn't stop anywhere along the division or anywhere along in those mountains. But if there was an agreement that you could do that.
No, let's get it. Let's get it right.
Well, I mean, there's already house rules. But I think that's my interpretation of how the rules are as written. But I like the idea, if you guys want to be able to do it the other way, then you can't attack with more than 3 stacking points. Like, you definitely shouldn't be able to attack with a full division.
I think the rules as written would not allow 25 Bologna to move up into the mountain hex next to 24 Australian.
Yeah, I agree.
Brigade.
Okay, so we have to break that unit down.
You would have to, before you start moving, would have to break it down, then move whatever's going to go into that hex to be in the combat.
And that's a better way to do it, because otherwise you get to avoid the 3 CPA breakdown, right?
Right.
Okay, I can do that, guys. Let me just get to the units.
Yeah, just go ahead and restart the movement for the Bologna, and you can do that.
And you can attach something to the, like, one, I think, battalion to the brigade, a regiment, and it still is 2 stacking points. So you could really, get that plus another battalion. Like, I don't know what your division has, but, like, you could attach one of the artilleries to a brigade, and then
so this is what
bring one other stacking point in the hex.
I'm going to bring
also, when
and these two.
The division itself will become a shell if you. I think it's
correct. It has to be half the units that are gone. Yeah. So one regiment leaving, will be a shell of. I think will be considered a regiment now.
Well, it's 3 stacking points when a division's a shell. So if you detach one regiment, you could then bring the rest of the division into that hex, because it's only 3 stacking points.
The division has to be 50% or less.
Yeah.
It might be more than a regiment.
Well, I think they only have 2 regiments in there.
Right, but there could be artillery and all that.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. It's just the regiments.
Okay.
So let me just put these guys together, and I'm going to move these guys as one. So that's 1. So that was 10 to here.
Mm-hmm.
That was 11, and 11 and a half, which becomes 12. And then You can decide what you want to do with that before I make my move with my next guys.
We're good.
You know what? I'm sorry to interrupt, but I've been reading the rules while you guys have talked about this thing about the SGSUs. I do believe those planes can operate away from their SGSU. So if the 384th refits something that belongs to 115, when the 115 flies the mission, the planes that have been refit there at Benina can fly with it. It's just that it's harder to refit them, that's all. I think that's the way it reads.
Thank you. I agree.
The 25 bowl, that was actually 10 and a half, so I bumped it up to 11. So that's how much they expended. The 39 expended 12 CP. We don't need to roll because of we're not on the chart that because we have trucks. So guys, I'm actually finished with my moves for everybody.
What about we're on 17th path now.
That's Jeff.
Yeah. So you had me heading up towards El Abiar last turn, so that's where you left me. Hang on.
Now you're completely motorized, so you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am now, yeah. Yeah.
So if you can keep it under 20 breakdown, that's where you want it. That's your sweet spot.
Hang on. Clay, I'm sending you a quick message.
I'll do a little moving while you're doing that, okay?
Yeah, you go ahead.
There's 2, 4, 6. I'm sorry, 6. What's that next one? Rough. 10, 12. We're going to stop there. Well, actually, we're going to go further.
Yeah, you were counting full
Breakdown.
movement costs without the. Oh, okay.
I was counting breakdowns. This seemed more important. So
That makes sense.
12, 14, 16, 19, right?
Yep.
So I don't want to go to 21. So I don't want to move another hex.
Jeff, I'm writing you back right now.
Yeah.
I sent it to you.
Got it. Okay, so now a track is
Half.
just one, right? Or it's half. I always think of it as 1%. Okay, so it's going to be.
So the terrain you go on top of, you just have it. So like,
Right.
let's say if it goes over rough, it's half that cost what rough is.
And if you need to see the map without the counters on it, there's that little hexagon grid by the remove markers, but we'll take the
Got
pieces
it.
off.
All right. Rough is that, like that hex just east of the airport. That's rough, right? That kind of darker brown.
Yes.
The medium brown is rough, and the darker greenish brown is mountain.
Mountain. Okay, yeah. So rough's worth 4. 24. So that's going to be. Oh yeah, what's under? So heading into that airfield, I have mountain. Am I correct there?
Yep.
Okay, so that's actually going to cost me 3 to get in there.
Correct.
Okay, I'm reading this right then. It's 3 there, and then rough will be 4 for motorized, so it's going to be 5, 7, 9, 11.
Hold on. Just before you, I just want to give you. Are you? Well, never mind. The question is whether or not you want to risk breakdown here, because every one of those is 4.
Right.
So you're now at 20, and actually you're at. You're over 20 at this point, because that first one
I'm not
was
counting the breakdown value. Right. Okay.
Because the first one was 6, and the next ones are 4.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to have to go that way because of if he goes up north, he's also in rough, and he's in the same position.
Oh, I'm not saying he doesn't want to go that way. I'm just saying he may want to. Do you want to stop 1 hex earlier, or if you're going to go that further hex and risk the breakdown, you might as well push it all the way up to 30.
Yeah, he's at 22 breakdown points right there.
Remember, he goes 2 to the left because
right, but that puts you on the table. You're going to start rolling now.
Right. So when I'm
not saying don't do it. I'm just saying make sure you're considering. Maybe take a look at that breakdown table and see what it's going to do to you if you roll moderate.
Jeff, because me and Mitch spoke about this before. If you're going to push your guys, if you're going to lose trucks, lose your supply trucks. Don't lose your trucks that your guys are in. I can always get you supplies and trucks if need be. Because once you lose one truck that your guys are on, all your guys cannot go on trucks. That's the punishment.
Okay. So I should probably.
I don't think it's going to cost you 31 to get adjacent to him. So I just don't know if it's worth spending 31 to get there. And if it's not worth spending 31, you probably ought to stop 1 hex back.
So go 1 more hex from where I am now.
Well, this is the safe spot.
Right.
This is your under 20. And if you're under 20, you don't have to make because of the 2 shifts to the left, you don't have to make a breakdown roll. The second you move into this hex, now you have to start making a breakdown roll. Once you make the breakdown, once you've entered a column, you might as well move all the way up to the threshold of the next column. But if you move all the way to here, now you're in that next shift over all the way, and you're risking serious breakdown.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
But this is safe.
Yeah.
But, I don't know why you'd want to risk it for 1 hex, is what I'm kind of saying. But Clay, chime in about how hard we should push. We were talking about this.
Yes, we were trying to see how far to push. And this is what's great about this game, is that you're trying to see the push.
Yeah.
If you're asking me, I would get adjacent to him, and if we have to lose some supply trucks, we lose some supply trucks, and I'll get him over because we got trucks that I can get to him, and that's what I would do. I would push over that wadi and get adjacent to him.
Right on. Go for it.
All right.
Hit him in the mouth.
I like it.
And hey, clarification too. You guys, I thought, are stopping once you became adjacent on any one deal, right? So the 39th out of the 25th Bologna is adjacent to the 24th. Does the action stop there, and now we have the chance to retreat?
You had a chance to do reaction. You chose to stay.
Oh, we did? Okay, I didn't hear that. I'm sorry. Okay,
go ahead. You guys can talk about it.
No, I'm fine. If they made the choice, I'm with them on that. So I just want to make sure. Okay, go ahead.
I lost count of my movement points, though. I was there 3, 5,
They're
7,
double
9,
your breakout points.
11. Are they?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm sorry,
so
it's the other way.
that puts me within my movement points there. I'm okay anyway because it's +4. It's 2. Yeah.
Hang on.
Oh,
So now I have to roll in the.
1.5.
You started here.
Yeah. Right. So I'm 3,
That's
5, 7,
Two.
9,
I think
11.
that's 16 movement points.
I've got. Let's see. I got 2 to move into El Abbey R.
It's
18.
3 to move into the mountain as a motorized person.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
3,
there.
Right.
And
4,
5,
5,
That's
6,
Okay.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13 to the hex right before it.
And then 4 to cross the wadi.
2 to cross the wadi.
Or 2, right? Because it's halved.
You're right. It
And
is
then 1 for
16.
the clear.
Yeah.
Do it.
We're good.
Oh, you're good? Okay.
Well, what do I have? I've got. Oh my god. Sorry.
That-
Tables right
You
now.
probably have 15 CPA, so it's 1.
I think you got to have. I think you only have 15. I don't think you can get there.
Oh really? I thought.
Well, no, you can exceed it. He
You-
just takes
But, yeah,
disorganization.
but I don't want to.
Oh, you want to take a disorganization? Why not? Go for it.
Yeah, why not?
No, I've got a lot of disorg already. I think I'm
No, you don't.
-3 on my cohesion.
No, you don't. Why are you telling the enemy what you have?
We're
In
trying
the
to
clear
learn.
radio chatter.
Damn, I didn't put that.
Sounds
note.
disorganized to me.
Sorry, +3. That's right. It's very disorganized.
I love it.
I'm going to
That's
stop
great.
short.
Okay.
A lot of
Sorry,
breakdown.
guys. Here, I'm going to stop short.
Well, if you're going to stop short, don't take the
No,
break.
go
brother.
in there.
Go.
Oh my jeez. All right.
There you go. This is
Okay.
perfect.
So breakdown 26.
Yeah.
Oh, it's more than 26.
Oh, it's
It's 31. I have it.
31.
I'm sorry. Breakdown of 32.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right.
And movement of
Let's roll.
16.
It's not always double.
46, and that's 10%.
Ah, no problem.
So you just trucks. So that's 10%. If you have any armor, that would be additional, but probably not.
You're just
Nope,
trying to
no
fish
armor.
for more intel.
Okay, it's not bad. And the trucks that we can lose, I'll text you.
All right.
That actually worked out pretty well. I like 10% loss. That's cool. Good job.
A lucky roll.
And you don't have light trucks in there, right?
Nope.
Certainly not anymore.
Not anymore.
So what's so if I have 15, I go over. So that's one cohesion, right?
Yeah, -1.
I text you, Jeff.
All right. I'll have a check at that in a second.
What's 20 Aussie doing?
I think we're
Is he
back
going to stand or is he going to retreat?
going to retreat.
Lovely.
I think we're going to retreat 2.
Now they lost 40% of their CP. Correct?
Yeah. But we gave it the office, so it's okay. All right, so that means that going over that wadi, I should pay attention. Where's that wadi right there? Costs 4 movement points to move over,
But it's halved.
right? So it goes 2. And then each of those
Gravel
gravel,
or
1.
1 each.
1.5.
Okay.
Oh, 1. Well,
No,
you're right. 1.
gravel's 1.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. So that's a total of 4 more points to move them here. Right. And then I've got 3, 6, 10
I
breakdown
just
points.
lost audio, or
What?
I hear you.
10 breakdown, 3 CPA.
something going on.
Is that the extent?
Yep.
All right. That's we established that's was that 3 to enter? No, let's see, the Wadi is
3 CPA
plus
and 10 breakdown.
okay. So we'll do that.
Okay, here's the French motor. Hey, Tim, are you running the French motor marine?
Yeah. All right. So they'll just back up one.
Okay. I did move the 55 Sav against 3rd Indian. Hope that's okay, Clay. I feel like being aggressive.
No, that's fine. We need to do this.
Okay. Not reacting.
Going to be some fights.
Could be.
27.
Jim? I mean, I don't know what's in there, but I think that's a pretty good place to make a stand, actually.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what 27 is.
27 Brev.
Oh, the Brescia.
I'm here. Yeah, we're. So let me mark this down as I go. I gotta keep a track of 2 numbers here. All right, so the salt marsh.
So your supply trucks, by the way, Chris.
Yep.
Mitch has them. I supplied you with heavy trucks for your troops. Okay, I sent it to you in a text how many trucks you have to supply your troops.
I see it. Yep.
The rest, Mitch, because that used to be Mitch's division. Mitch can give you the rest of that.
Yeah, I had a number for the rest of the non-troop trucks.
Okay.
I'm not sure how that. So if I take all those trucks, right, and how do I? I'm not sure how I know how much fuel that many trucks takes per hex or per CPA or per anything else.
So we do it separate. I've been keeping count of your.
Oh, okay. I'm not doing it on my sheet.
No,
Okay.
you're not doing it on your sheet. It's a separate sheet we do it on.
All right.
Now the max, if you have guns and stuff, the max is 15.
Yeah.
If you want to push past that, you can, but you're going to start taking cohesion hits.
Yeah. So, and let me. I'm just gonna write down the CPA and the breakdown as I go through. So to get into this salt marsh, that is, I'm on a track. So CPA is just 1, but the breakdown is 3. To get up this slope, that is +1 on the CPA and +1 on the breakdown because the track has it, right? So another 1, and then to get into this clear hex.
Your unit's
It's 1 and 2.
motorized,
Yes, we are motorized.
so that'd be +2 to go up slope, +1 breakdown.
But is
Motorized uses the middle column.
I'm counting it halved because I'm on a track.
Right, and it's 4 movement and 2 breakdowns. You have that.
Oh, I was reading the
Just
wrong.
to go
I was
up
reading the
slope.
wrong one.
Yeah,
Yep,
no
I was
problem.
reading the wrong one. Yep. I read the one below. I read downslope, I think, or something. Who knows what I did? All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're here, and now we're moving. We're gonna move some clear hexes. Do these broken down trucks cause me any problems driving
No.
through? Or?
Ignore
So
'em.
that's another one.
You can attack them freely.
All right, that's another 1 and 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, assuming the rest of this is clear, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've moved 5 CPA so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10 to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. So, so I moved 10 more, and that's going to cost me 20 more breakdowns. So we're going to have some. We're at the 24, 27, 28. We got 28 breakdown to get to there, and we used 15 CPA. I'll roll on the breakdown table. So I can't find where it says to move left two columns on the breakdown.
It's on another chart for the trucks, so just it's 2 columns left for
Okay.
anything except for light trucks.
Okay.
I'm sorry, even light trucks, but you don't have any light trucks in your unit, I assume.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm on the 4 to 10 column right
Yep.
now. Oh, look at that. A third of our trucks go away.
Unbelievable.
Just like that.
C-Rack.
Guys, I mean, if we didn't do this, we would have been moving at walking speed anyway. So, fuck, we can start walking again. It's fine.
We're gonna be doing
All
a
we
lot
need
of
is
walking
enough to
anyway,
carry
though.
our. We just need enough of them to carry our heavy machine guns, which I think we already had. So,
Ouch. You were asking about where that was located. It's on chart 54.2. It's under the breakdown for under truck characteristics chart. It gives you that indication.
thank you, sir.
And that's in other charts.
All right, so I'll enter those sad figures into my. I'll put a counter on.
I'm thinking you're no longer motorized.
Oh,
Let's not,
Maybe a battalion's not. Try to drop that baby off and keep going.
I mean,
Hey, let's make sure we're doing the rule right on that one. Because he's probably no longer motorized because he had sufficient breakdown in trucks and he can't take them all out of supplies and other things and ammunition. Does that have any triggering effect?
It's only going to
Well, I
affect
think
his next turn.
Okay.
Or later
my
this
personal
turn.
morale remains strong.
He did not gain any. If he had a CPA of 15 for being motorized, he's still okay. He didn't go over his CPA.
Okay.
But if he expended more, when our camel corps comes out of the desert and makes him retreat, then he'll be over his CPA and suffer ill effects.
Right, start taking disorganization. But you know what? I don't know why you wouldn't just dump, I don't know, a couple of stores, trucks, or something like that, and keep those guys motorized. I mean, I don't know what your
They
composition
don't have
is.
enough trucks, I think, is.
Oh, the whole thing doesn't have enough trucks. Well, then you know what? It's a lovely landscape for those guys. They'll get to experience it firsthand.
Well, I could just break some dudes off, right? And
Yeah, you can.
them
But it'll
in walking
cost
from
you
now on.
3 CPA next turn, though. Or now. You can do it now. Yeah.
I'm done now. I've done enough
Yeah,
damage.
But Chris, you are correct. Chris, you can take a regiment out and keep them trucked. and bring guns with you.
And the gun trucks, they never break down, right? I remember reading that somewhere.
Correct.
Right. The inherent trucks don't break down.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank God.
Oh, yeah. Whew.
Okay,
Yeah, if
so
this game was really detailed, done that.
the units in the back, we're not going to move. We'll move them after. We'll just get up here with combat. So we can start with Mitch at this unit right here.
Okay, sure. I'm ready.
Okay.
Could you say which unit when you say this unit?
The
Oh,
third
no.
Indian.
The 3rd Indian?
Okay.
So it's the 55th Savona versus 3rd Indian.
Yep. Okay, I've allocated.
I've allocated my guns.
Okay.
You want to declare?
Yep.
I have none.
Me neither.
Close assault?
Well, theoretically, it'd be retreat before combat.
Fair enough.
Now, I mean, technically, at this point, from our reading of those rules, we could move any unit. And I just want
Yes.
to point this out to my friends and allies. I don't know that we need to.
Well, I think and it's really a pain, but like we have to go through like every place there's going to be a combat and declare our guns. Like we have to do the whole map in each phase, but it's like a real pain because who's going to remember what you declared? You know,
well,
5 battles.
I think for ease of use, this is so separate that no, that guy and probably the guys near him aren't doing anything. So,
Okay.
so let's move on. Anti-tank.
Well, let me ask you a question. If I was to move the 9th Australian into the next hex east, which would put me adjacent to the 5th light, does
You can't
that,
do that.
then allow them to attack me? Or I
That-
can't?
No,
I
you
retreat?
can't move into a Zoc.
You
Got it.
can't
Okay.
move into a Zoc, and also all your units would have 0 combat and be annihilated.
No,
Okay.
They,
Well,
it's
that's
not that they would
really-
have 0 combat. They take any effect of any combat on that hex, but there's nothing else to combat. So it's a really weird anomaly.
Well, he would just declare an attack there.
Okay.
But I mean, he can't move there anyway
Yeah.
because you
so
can't
I-
move in, you can't retreat before assault into the zone of control.
But you could retreat, I guess, into that rough hex or that mountain hex if you'd like that.
Yeah, 5508.
Yeah, jump on it.
I got 3 hexes to choose from. I got it.
As long as he's not overstacked, yes, he can go into that mountain hex.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go down to the beach.
Anyway, 3rd Indian.
Oh.
55th Savona.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume you're not anti-tank.
No.
Okay.
I am ready for close assault, though. Unless you're running at this point.
No, he would have ran at the before anti-armor.
You'd think so. But it is another opportunity.
No, it's not.
There
no.
isn't. Once after barrage, that's when you do retreat. After that,
Well, that's what I meant.
You're locked
Retreat
in.
after assault. Yeah, retreat before assault. There was just the regular retreat, and then there's the retreat before assault.
Oh, there's reaction, which
That's
is
what I
with
meant.
movement.
Yeah.
So this is the second time we've passed. So close assault.
Yes. My morale is -1.
Pretty good.
And roll for your cohesion adjustment. Assume your
Which
cohesion.
chart is that again?
Oh,
oh, it's 17.4.
Thank you. All right. So we're started at -1. Let's see what we get here in terms of roll. 2 dice or 1?
2.
55.
Oh, that's good. Really made the -1.
Ugh.
What's your cohesion is -1?
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Your
So now we're
morale.
-2.
Okay. Our morale natural is a 0, and we have a -3 cohesion. So I roll 2. 54.
You're a -2.
So now we're even on morale.
We're even. Darn it. Okay.
That's horrible.
Yep.
That's beautiful.
Okay. So, what is your close assault strength?
Assault strength is hold on. It's 40. It's 40.
40. And ours is 36. So we have a 0 differential. So we start at 0. Morale is.
I'm sorry, we're 42. I misspoke. I
Doesn't
apologize.
matter. You're not 45. So, 0, 0. Morale
Oh, wait
0.
a second. Okay, that's fine. Yep.
Okay. Then
Terrain.
you're not double. So terrain is.
2.
2.
I like that. 2 left. So -2.
You're on the minus.
Yep, -2 table. Then size differential.
We're 2 regiments.
Are you more than half of your organizational strength?
Yes.
So including all your normal
Well, let me just-
attachments.
Let's just go to it real quick. Let's see.
Just how many battalions? Don't tell us, but just look at how many battalions would you have if you hadn't stripped out your guns, and then how many battalions do you have?
Okay.
And if you're 50% or less of that paper
I
organization,
am more than 2. I am ever so slightly more than half.
I thought you might be with two regiments. So you are still a division. That's so it's a division to a regiment. That's 2 adjustments in your favor. So we're back to 0, and that's it. We both fire on the 0 table.
And by the way, that formation chart is on up there at the top where it says formation and units charts. And if you go back to the Italian charts on formation, you can see what's attached to this. It's called the semi-motorized division, which is the 4th one down. So you can see it's got the 2 regiments, and then the anti-tank and the artillery, which are pulled out. And I don't know about your burst McGarry and the engineer and the machine gun, but that would be about right. So
Yeah. So he's more than a shell.
Yep.
That's the important thing.
Would you like to
So
roll
0
first, or
table.
would you like me to roll first?
You're attacking.
All right. So here's the roll on the 0 table. 61.
0.
0.
You are lucky.
And nothing.
And there's no
No adjustment.
engagement.
And I
Yeah.
rolled an 11. Good for
Oh.
me. That's 20%. And something may have been captured.
Yep.
Oh, you roll your own losses? That's
Yep.
horrible.
Mhm.
I was excited when it was 0. Thought that was ours.
Oh, my.
So you
Yeah, I
want to
thought that was
roll?
damage.
You want to roll again to see how many we captured? Let's see. Let me get to the
Yeah.
capture chart.
That's 15.9. Is that what that is?
What,
Yeah.
What is it again?
15.89.
And who rolls? Is this I roll or you roll?
You roll to capture our TOE.
And that's a single die?
Yep.
Here we go. We're looking for a 6. We got a 3. That's a third.
Oh, 3.
Two.
You get 1.
There you go. One's lost,
So
one's captured.
so basically, you lost 20%, and whatever your TOE is, you got to take half of that, and you got to lose half of that towards your guns.
Don't have any guns.
Okay, then that solves that.
Yep. So you in effect you capture one TOE of Indian infantry.
There are no retreats, though, at this point.
Nope.
And I'll add my CP for attacking.
Yep.
Well, nice. A retreat would have been nice to get some cohesion bonus out there in the desert. Knock you out of that turf.
Okay, we can go then up north to your 24 Australia.
Yep.
So guns, I'm setting mine.
All right. So now that you got yours set, let me ask you a question. This anti-tank gun that I have in there, that 65th, I don't believe he's got any tanks in this thing. So the bottom line is that they don't need to be forward then. I could just put them back. Is that correct? And they would have the same impact?
Unless you wanted to use them in close assault.
They won't have any impact if they're back, and you probably shouldn't use them in close assault unless you're desperate, because they'll take losses. And
In that case, I won't. All right.
But I don't know how desperate you are. I mean, you're only fighting the regiment.
Okay.
You're right. I know that. That's why I'm fine. Okay. So my guns are not involved then. That's fine. Okay.
I'm not firing either. Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
What about the 104th?
And
I don't see the one for it.
it's on the chart.
24th Australian?
My
on the
chart
spreadsheet.
must not be up to date because I'm showing 2 infantry battalions, and that's it.
Scroll down. You don't see under attached.
No, I see 2nd to the 3rd anti-tank in the 51st Field.
You're on the wrong place.
I'm-
Go
yeah.
to the 24th Australian Brigade.
Well, it's inside the 9th is
No.
where I'm finding it. I must be on the wrong chart.
You're on
All right,
the
so-
online chart?
Yeah, I think I am. I mean, I'm looking at a read-only Excel. I mean, maybe let's do this. Let's run it off of your chart, and then we'll get my charts fixed later on.
Okay.
Because I thought that I'm going to put don't save on this crap. So, okay. So you call this combat then, because I was under the impression that I just had 3 battalions all together, including 2 infantry and 1 anti-tank gun.
No. Okay. All right. So we do have guns. Well, they can be back. So we are barraging. Right. So it's a net 3.
Okay. You're gonna get 2 shifts against you because I'm in mountains as well.
You get that for attacking?
Do I not?
No, barrage.
Because you're attacking me with your artillery,
Right.
Am I not?
Well,
in
I
the
think there's a
mountains?
difference though between you guys scrambling over the mountains and us sitting in rocks. So
Yeah. But I mean, look on the terrain effects chart. There's a shift for close assault, a shift for anti-armor, and a shift for
Yeah.
rod.
So
Like,
you're saying the
everyone
ship garage.
I'm saying I would have expected it to be different, but okay.
Let's get this right. So you think only the defender should get that shift, correct?
Well, yeah, but
Well,
let me just look at the barrage.
Well, they only get the anti-armor and the
Because
close assault.
we're not moving yet. We haven't decided to do a close assault, so we're still standing still in the mountains. And
I don't know that that's necessarily true. I mean, just because you're close assaulting doesn't mean that you're not moving forward. You may not have made contact yet, but it's not like those shells are exploding directly in front of our trenches either, right?
no, because of I don't have to do close assault, nor do I have to do. It's just like anti-tank. You're firing from far away. You're barraging from far away. I can choose not to do close assault and not attack your hex. So we're firing from our hex into your hex first, and then we choose if we want to do close assault. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
I see that you're in the terrain, and it's just the effect. You're being barraged in rough terrain.
I'm not throwing that out. I'm just saying that I could see it both ways, but let's just figure out what it. What's a holding off barrage? Does anybody know?
Yeah, if you're in the zone of control of an enemy, you must attack them. You must either close assault them or perform a holding off barrage. And if you don't, you retreat a bunch.
Okay. What concerns me is and this is where I'm getting this question from. 12.33. Certain terrain affects artillery fire in that if a target unit is in the terrain, the column barrage points used to resolve the barrage for that unit is shifted a specific number of rows left, benefiting the defender.
Okay,
right, and here it says the defender gets the benefit of only the best defensive position or terrain.
That's it then. So there's no benefit to us.
I mean, it doesn't make a big deal on this one. It's just a 3 barrage strength of 3. So odds are I'm probably not going to get anything, but we will try. Yeah.
There's risk in attacking.
Yeah.
You're having to move.
Shoot at the infantry, so it's 2 dice. And missed. Thanks. Okay.
You have armor?
No, we do not. Do you have armor?
No. No, I do not. I have none. Close assault then. I have my number.
Yeah. I think we're going to take the opportunity to withdraw. No.
No, it's only a regiment.
Yeah, let's take the close assault. We'll take the close assault. Fine. We got
you
our
can roll
number.
another 66 or 11 or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting.
I have. So I got my numbers.
Yep.
125.
Close assault.
Yeah, how is it 125?
I'm joking. 21. 21 divided by 10.
You pulled it.
Oh, you're saying it confidently.
So, I want to play poker with you ever.
Just two. Just two.
Okay, and we have 3. So we start with a -1.
And my cohesion's regular, but I'm going to roll right now. 64 on a 0 cohesion just makes it, I believe.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does.
If you had 25 raw points, that's 3 actual, right?
We have 27 raw, so that is 3 actual.
No, but I think he said he had
21.
raw points?
No, I have 21 raw divided by 10.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and we have -4 cohesion.
Ooh.
So that's a 32. That is no adjustment.
My morale is a -1.
And our morale, jumped in my way, is a +1. So we're now at a -3 for just morale.
Oh, man. This is not going to be good.
Strength, no difference. You're not double us.
Terrain.
That's 3 left. So that's -6.
I think it's 2 left. Hold it. Are we in the mountains? Oh, yeah. Shit, we're in the mountains. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
No, it's 3 columns. We're on the -8, -9, -10 column.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, columns.
8, 9, 10. Okay, and we're both the same size. We're both regiments.
51.
That's a pretty good roll. You only lose 15%.
15%.
Great roll, Clay.
15%.
But we captured some.
We might.
No, we did.
And we rolled a
5,
14. Which means we lose 5%.
We'll take that.
Gotta be kidding me.
Gentlemen, I'm going to revisit that 12.33 thing real quick. It says that certain train effects affect artillery fire if the target unit is in that train of column. And then the example is exampled in the form of a defender, but it is not restricted to defenders.
What section are you reading?
Well, 12.33 talks about certain train effects artillery fire if a target unit is in that train, the column is used to resolve the barrage for that unit is shifted. So I don't think it's a done discussion is what I'm saying.
Okay.
It doesn't have any effect in this situation, but
Okay, so I have to take half of my TOE. Oh, I'm the attacker. So yes, the guns that were forward have to take a TOE loss. Okay.
And then we capture something because you rolled a 5-1, a 51. That's 6.
We have a chance of it, yes.
Yep.
You guys want to roll to see how much you captured? I lost I lost 3 TOE.
Hopefully you roll a 1 because I don't think we want to catch or anything.
yeah, I wasn't all that thrilled about getting a POW.
All right.
Yeah,
You know what? You might have a good laundromat now. Who knows? Yeah. That was poor. I'm sorry. All right, go ahead. Roll.
I'm looking for where
1589, 1589.
Yeah.
You guys can
there we
roll
go.
for the capture. Oh, they 14. No, you have to roll
75%.
Dude,
Crap.
or is it 3?
So we captured 3 strengths.
No, we lost 3.
What is 75% of 3?
2.
We only get,
Is it just 2?
Yeah.
it's 2 1/4. So
Okay. It doesn't round above. Okay, good.
but I think one of them is a gun.
So it was
You'd have to roll a
actually.
percentage, wouldn't you?
So it's actually so you guys know it's 3 TOE for the infantry, and one gun. So how would it work on that part?
We only
think you
capture
got-
infantry.
Okay.
Now, gun that are taken as print. No, are you sure about that?
No, you can capture other stuff, but I mean, I assume would be random. I mean, not random, but I mean distributed as evenly as possible, and then if there's a tie,
Well, it
random.
says the casualties of infantry, armor, and gun losses that are taken prisoner. So I
Yeah.
think we take gun.
Okay. So if you
Yeah.
wanted the gun that we lost is a heavy AA.
So we capture 1 times 0.75, which is 0.75 rounded up to 1. So
Well, then I
capture
think
the
we ought to
heavy
make it I think we ought to make it a roll, since it's 2/3, right? So if you roll a 5 or 6, you capture like the gun. Otherwise, you just get unit infantry.
Okay.
Or I guess it's a 50-50. It's a 50-50 proposition. You'd get the extra one would be the gun.
Well, why don't I roll 1d6, and if it's a 4, we'll worry about it. Otherwise,
Yeah. There you go. You got a gun.
okay. So I captured a heavy AA.
And 2 infantry, right?
Yeah.
1 infantry.
No.
Well,
You
no,
got
2.
you got 2 because it's 4 units that were lost in total. You
Alright.
get 75% of that.
Okay.
An AA gun. Wow.
That's an Italian.
Is it a light AA?
No, it's a heavy AA
No.
of the Italian guns.
Yeah.
That's an Italian heavy AA, not a light. Anyway. Oops. Yeah. Oh, I moved supply marker.
That was a horrible attack. However,
Could have been much worse.
I know it could have been. We got continuous movement, fellas.
Oh. Shoot.
So continuous movement. I will move Rommel.
Yeah. We should have moved that. We should have retreated before assault the 9th Australian.
Rommel's moving down, and he expended another.
Hold on. Hey, before you do that, that's clearly an obvious move for us,
Okay,
just to move.
Yeah,
So,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
no problem.
Oh, I thought you were joking earlier, but go ahead. Yeah.
No, we
Oh,
really
because
should.
it's
wanna
obviously
move
what
there,
Ramos
Mike?
is going to do next. Yeah.
Mike,
But that is a lot
I-
of CPA and breakdown.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but that's okay.
Better than being surrounded.
Okay. Yeah, I think you want to move. So let me ask you a question. Is 5710 a Wadi hex? No, you have to move across it, right?
5710.
Yeah, that's
No.
1 hex east of.
It's
It doesn't cost anything for Wadi. It's only if it crosses it. I have to tell you, I'm inclined to retreat him.
Well, you can only use 4 CPA, so that's as far as you can go.
4 CPA,
Oh,
1
that's-
hex.
Yeah, which
There
is
you go.
he moved
Okay.
1 hex.
Okay, he's there.
Okay. Ben, sorry. Now, Clay, go right ahead.
Okay.
And thanks for allowing us to do that.
Yes.
Guys, you guys want to go first? Let me think about something. Mitch and Jeff, because you guys ended adjacent to units, and you guys can still move again.
I'm not going to move, but I'll fight again against 3rd Indian. So I don't know how that all plays out.
I really shouldn't move, should I?
No, I think you're right where you want to be.
I'm just thinking in terms of negative consequences.
What could go wrong?
Well, you're walking and I don't want to, so maybe that's what could go wrong.
So I'm going to move
Sorry,
into
Chris.
this hex. That costs me another, I think it's 8. Let's see, rough. It's 4, but 8 breakdown. So that puts me on 48 breakdown.
Ooh,
And,
at least you're not moving up a table.
And 24 CP. And these guys are all, I'm staying right here. So these guys take, wow.
You gonna bring
So
area
the
up?
percent rounded up.
What's that? What's that, Mike?
I said that I'm reading this, and it said 33% are captured in the example. So, rounding upwards, that means 4 raw points captured. So the Commonwealth player has 2 infantry TOE captured to absorb the 4, and eliminates 1 TOE of Stuart tanks, 4 raw, and 1 more infantry point, 2 raw, to satisfy the 10 points. Guys, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I should keep this to myself and then figure it out. Go ahead.
So I have to just roll for the breakdown because I went up one.
Don't do it then. Don't do it. Do not do that. You had a lucky roll from the gods. Don't
Stay up here.
tempt it.
Okay, we'll stay up
Do
there.
not do that.
We'll stay up there. We'll stay up there.
Fudge.
We will stay up there. Let me adjust.
I mean, if you want to bring Ariad up and bring Rommel over to join Ariad, that makes sense.
No. I'm going to stay there.
Okay.
I'm done with my 2 divisions, guys. Oh no, I want to. This guy here, Arietti. I am going to move him into.
That'll have the same stacking point thing because it's a mountain.
Yep.
Staying right here. Staying right there. I'm not breaking the guys down and be too weak, fellas.
Okay.
It's tough playing in these mountains.
So you use the percentage of losses against the raw value, close assault value, and then you take that and you use the assault value of the troops to satisfy those losses. So if you had somebody who had a close assault attack value of 2, that takes away 2 of the required losses. Is that how you're doing that? I mean, I know your assault values are 1 on these guys, so it really doesn't matter. But
But
is
the gun might
assault
have been
value.
more than the gun was probably more than.
The gun goes by vulnerability.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I only had a certain amount of guns. And so I'll give you an example. We lost 3 TOE because 15% of 21 is 3. It's 3 point
Right.
something, but I'm the defender, so it rounds down to a 3. So I got to lose 3 TOE. I have to have that 3 loss, which is 1.5, rounded down. That's 1 towards my gun. So my vulnerability of my gun is whatever is going to absorb that 1. So I lost 1 gun.
Okay, well, you're the attacker, so you round up to the nearest whole number. The defender rounds down.
Oh, that's right. I'm the attacker. I don't know why I thought I was the
And-
defender. You're correct. You're
If
correct.
on the attack your raw strength was 21,
My raw strength was 21.
so you lose 7.
Yikes.
and then you count this toward the 7 is the
How do you figure
offensive.
7? My raw strike
21
is
times
21.
15 is 3.
It's 3.
21 time. I thought it was a loss of 30%.
No, it's
Yeah, there's
15%.
a 30.
Okay, then I apologize. That was my mistake.
All right, so it's still 4 though, because was that 15% of 0.21?
So it's 3.15.
Right, which rounds up to 4.
Okay, he's correct. I kept on thinking I'm the defender. So it's 4 TOE that I lose, and then I have to have that for my guns. My vulnerability for my AA guns is, let me get
Were they
to it.
forward? Were they forward?
Yes. My vulnerability
the-
for those
well,
guns,
There's always 2 when they're forward.
they're 2.
Okay, so just the one gun, but it's 4
Right.
infantry.
4 TOE.
Correct.
So a total of 5, of which we captured 75%,
Which is 3?
which is 3 point something. Is that rounded,
3.75. You lose 4.
rounded up or down? Up.
Up.
Do captures round up?
Says please use any type. Speaking of raw, I'm on, by the way, if you want to follow, I'm on 15.86.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, we know what it's like to attack into the mountains.
Capture
And by-
percentages are always rounded upwards. The last sentence of
Yeah.
1585.
Okay.
Better for us, really.
And, yeah, your losses have proportionally applied.
So it's
I did not know that. So, yeah, so the TOE, I guess, if you have 4 TOE that are lost and you got 4 battalions in there, one has to come off of each.
Makes sense.
Well, it's 4 total, and depending on their close assault
Right.
value. But if they are standard Italian infantry and it's only 1 each, it's 4 TOE.
No. We're talking two different things, Tim. What you're talking about is to figure out how many they lose. I'm
Yep.
saying after you get that, then they have to be applied proportionally.
Correct.
Yes.
That's how I applied
Right.
it.
Okay, cool.
Evenly
We're
distributed.
good.
And then we
Yeah.
capture 75% of that, so that's the 1 gun and
3 and 1 gun.
got it.
3 and a gun. Okay, got it.
And we agreed we don't need no stinking Geneva Convention, right?
Ha ha ha.
Okay, so you guys are done with your turn then, correct?
No, we have a second attack in Beer 10 gun.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. The 55th Sabona. That was close. So, yep, I got it.
Okay.
You need to hold that line, Third Indian.
Do I have to assign a prison guard at this time, or is that something that happens later?
Technically, you have to assign a prison guard now,
Okay.
which means we have to too.
Or you can just send them free.
Ha ha ha.
I don't know. I think for one toe of ours, I would just send them free to not reduce your attack. Although I guess it's only 1 point of attack.
Yeah.
Doesn't he get victory points for captured infantry, though? 1 per or something? I don't know.
I hope there's some benefit to capturing these guys, getting them into the home country.
The Axis gets 10. The Commonwealth gets 0. Actually, the
that's
Axis
a good-
gets 10 more for you capturing our guys.
because they're happy to be there. That's exactly right. All right, how do you win this damn game? Let's go figure that out. I don't think it ever matters.
He who holds Tobruk wins.
So it's Tobruk and Bardia.
And Malta.
We get the grand victory if we take Malta. I like it.
Yeah, you have to drop that full gory in there. Okay. So back to our fun time at the third Indian.
So we just roll straight to close assault. I just don't know if you're going to retreat or not. And
Nope,
if you
we're not
are,
retreating.
okay. Let's go to the morale. Or do we? Yeah, we do that every time, right?
Yes, we do that every time. Re-roll.
-1. And here we go. 36.
That's nothing, I think.
Great.
Sorry, I've got to pull my chart out again.
You're good. Yep. 55 is what I needed to roll.
And both of you took in the CPA that you used for that last assault, correct?
Mm-hmm. I've added it. So no modification there.
It was a -3 rolled, no mod. Good. So we're 0, and you're a -1.
Yep.
Okay. Well, actually, strength. We have 32, so we're 3.
And I'm 4.
So it's a +1 to start. And then our morale is 1 better than yours, so that's now 0.
Mm-hmm.
Size, we determined your division to mine, so that's 2 columns in your favor, so that's a +2.
Yep.
Then raw strength is even. Terrain is 1 in my
Back to-
favor.
-2.
It's
Two.
so we're back to
Okay.
0.
We're back to 0.
And do you have any cohesion loss?
I rolled for that.
Oh, okay. It's okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's the so I
Morale
had
thing.
a -3, and there was no adjustment to my morale. Yeah, and you rolled for
Okay.
your morale, so
Yep.
yeah. So we did terrain, size, so we're at a 0.
So let me just make sure I understand things. The cohesion really only affects the morale roll. It doesn't have an otherwise effect on combat.
Correct.
Thank you. All right. So here we are even again.
Yep.
Get that chart out. Obviously, we're
Okay.
looking for revisiting the last
11.
one.
You want to roll low.
You want to get a 65.
Let's see here. Sorry. Closest alt. There we go. All right. So we're even. Here's the roll. 41.
5%.
You lose
5%. That's not the end of the world.
Nope. And we rolled a 14. God, why? That's 15%.
which is another 15%. God. And we retreat 1 hex.
Really? Yep, we do.
Nice firing, Mitch.
And
Somebody's doing something.
I
did
know.
something. Oh, well.
I need to pull
Okay.
my weight.
Come on,
Oh.
Rommel.
Okay, so 15 and 32, that's 4.5, rounds up. That's 5. 2 each. That's 3. Okay. Nothing captured.
You don't have any captured. You just
No.
got 15%.
Yeah. So we took the losses, and we retreat 1 hex.
Right.
And the 55th Savonia gains 3 RP.
Yep.
Adds 3 to their cohesion.
Yep.
So you're positive now, I think. And you can expend the CPA to move into that hex.
Oh, or suffer additional casualties. Let me see what my choice is
Oh.
here.
Actually, yeah.
Give
10%.
another prisoner. Yeah, you need to take that extra loss.
Yeah. For each hex of mandated retreat that units cannot or choose not to retreat, those units suffer an additional 10% loss.
Yeah.
So I think we take the 10% loss.
So in that case, I don't think the 55th gains the RP.
No, we don't.
Right.
If you stay.
We will stay.
Okay. We'll go ahead and hit you again. Does
So
that
that'll
make
be
sense?
15 CPA you've spent?
I could do a probe, right? I'm at 12 right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can do a pro. I mean, you can do a full assault and take some disorganization.
Take some disorganization.
That will affect your morale roll.
Well, he can push his leg units over.
Yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll push over. We'll push over.
I mean, you're motorized, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess we're not over because I can go to 20. You're right.
Right.
Sorry.
So
Are you going to stay?
I'm staying.
Okay, then I'm going to make my adjustment.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. All right. See, I had a. What was my losses?
5%.
5%. And that's based on the number of toe, right?
No, 5% of your close assault
Raw.
strength. Raw.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Rounded up.
Round it up.
We're at 40, and then that's 5. So 5% of 40 is
2.
2. Thank you. So we're at
Is
38.
it 4?
Then you look at your look at your attack
Is
strength.
it 40? Is
Yeah,
it
they're
40
ones.
exactly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so then that's
Then
it.
it's
That's it. That's easy.
So now you're down to a 38.
Yep. With 1 to spare.
I don't know what you mean by 1 to spare.
Well, I had 41 potential, but I only used 40.
Oh,
And so,
okay.
And you subtracted your guard. Not that it matters.
oh, then that would be, yeah, I took out the guard. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Because I went from 42 to 41, and then I only used 40.
You've expended your supplies, of course, for the 2 attacks.
Yeah. Man, you must have a lot of ammo.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Yeah,
infantry.
bad.
I don't know. There's,
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it's still uses. I mean, if you have, that's 40 ammo each shot. If you have
Yep.
40 toe, yeah, that's a lot of.
Yep.
It's a lot. It's like 10 trucks worth.
Yes, it is.
I know whose trucks we should strafe next.
I know where I'm putting some freaking cap.
wait a minute,
No,
they're all
Norman.
empty.
There are going to be a lot of empty trucks in that hex.
Yeah.
I'm okay on ammo to continue though. It was a fair question.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't doubting you. I was just like, wow.
Your ammo situation might be degrading as well. I don't know.
No, we don't use
use it.
ammo.
Oh, that's right. You have unlimited British ammo.
We're
I heard-
bayonets.
Oh,
Okay.
what?
So, assume we can skip along to the
What's the salt?
Salt. Yep.
Yep.
I got my number.
I'm 38.
You have 4, I have 3, so it starts with a +1.
Okay.
Then we roll for cohesion.
Here's my roll. 66. That could be bad.
-2.
It is bad.
-2. Okay.
Your
what's your
-3
What was
morale.
your level?
Yep.
His cohesion was -1.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, then, yeah, that's 2. You
Yep.
hit it.
And we roll a 45, and our cohesion is -3, so that's a -1. So our net morale is -1.
1.
So
It's 2 for you.
2 in our favor, so we're back to the -1 table. Then there's terrain, which is 2 more columns in our favor, so now we're at -3.
Wait, I thought it was -2 in our favor. So
It's
Before terrain.
-2 from -1.
Right.
So now down to -3. Then it's size differential, and we are still a regiment. So that is 2 in their favor. So we're at the -1 table.
I'm saying the morale difference.
You're
was
still a
-2.
regiment?
Yeah. I have to be
The-
50% or more.
The morale differential was at -2, is what I'm saying, starting out.
So we started at +1 when you did the raw.
Strength.
The strength.
Correct.
Okay.
Then down 2 for morale.
Okay.
Then
I understand.
down 2 more for terrain is now down to -3. Then it's 2 shift for the size. So we're at the -1 table.
Right.
So
Here we go.
unassigned black shirts went away. Good.
I don't know what that was about.
I don't know.
34.
That's me looking in the units.
10% for
Yeah.
me.
And we got 43. That is
5%.
5%. Yay.
This
So
is
Mitch,
some
you
one
lose.
bloody battle.
It's 4.
Yeah. 4, correct.
Okay.
Yep.
No capture, nothing.
Right.
A big battle.
Think about it. Every TOE is 100 to 150 men.
Hmm.
And I'm distributing these all equally, okay? And I'm just
Yeah.
saying that, yep.
Well, actually, in the British newspapers, they didn't lose any. And that's a fact. The British newspapers were really bad about reporting losses to the Commonwealth troops. So when you read like around El Alamein, they may have lost 5,000 guys that day, but if 750 of them were British, that's all they say is we lost 750 men.
I think disappointing might be a better adjective, but your call. So we could go over and keep pounding. What do you say, Clay? Or do you think we should stop here? Maybe hit him again?
Well, isn't it 5 CPA every time you assault?
Yeah, it would take me to 22.
I would hold.
Okay.
What's your gut
Could be
feeling?
another.
Well, the question is have we now knocked him, though, now below a regiment? And if
Okay.
the answer to that question is he's now below a regiment, we just don't know.
Hmm.
Then maybe it makes some sense to fire away before you can bring in like that reinforcement of the
Well,
21st.
you know your supply situation. And so, Jeff, Chris, what do you think?
Well, I don't know his supply situation.
No, I know that. We all don't, but you think he should just pound them and keep going?
I mean, it's better than losing shit on the road. I mean, at least you're fighting. Like you're causing damage.
Let's go another round.
Okay,
Yeah, I second that.
make it happen.
All right. So your cohesion is 2 less than what it was before, then, right?
Yep. So I'm going up to 22 on my. Yep.
And so, what was you were at a 0 disorganization level before? Okay. So now
No,
you're
he's at-
rolling on the minus. He's what?
He was 1 before. He's -3 now.
I was a -1 morale, but now I'll be so I'll be a minus. I'll start with a minus. I'll start with a -3
Okay.
on the
You're
roll.
going over. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are you going to stay?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Go to the morale chart, right?
Yep.
And I'm a -3.
3.
So here comes the roll. I'm looking for something under 42. Double 1.
Oh, that's good. So no morale differential.
Okay. And we rolled a 25 on a -3 is no change.
Oh, that was close.
So we start with a 0 morale. You have a -1 morale.
Yep.
Okay, so we start at the -1 table. And I'm sorry, strength. We have 2 now. You have
Let me tell you what I've got. I've got let's see. 6. I have 35.
you have 4, so it's +2. You start with a +2. Down 1 from morale is +1. Then terrain makes it -1. Then size makes it +1. So we're finally
zero.
at the. No, it's a +1 table.
All right. Here we go.
You are, and I assume you're still a division.
I am. Well, I'm 6 battalions.
You're
They're
still 6
almost all-
battalions, and
It's
Now
only
the-
the brigades that count for division shellness.
right. But if the battalions within the division, if the battalions within the regiment fall below, then they don't make it full regiment. That's
Right. So he has to have 2 battalions at 50% or less
and I'm there.
in the same regiment.
and you're
So I'm
above
good.
that.
And his,
Okay. So
Yeah,
yes. So it's a net +1. Go
All
ahead,
right.
roll.
My roll. Here we go. 14. Terrible.
Oof.
15%.
you lose.
And we rolled 55 on +1. That's
Good.
no losses.
Oh, well, there you go. I think we're done.
Push it one more.
One more round.
So we have a calculator handy. Can you give me 15% of 35?
Sure.
Yeah,
30.
it is.
It's going to be 6 altogether. It's 5.25
Yep.
rounded up.
Thank you.
And I think you're engaged now. Oh, no.
Oh,
Mitch rolled
No.
14. Yeah, okay.
yeah. You add the digits together, so it's a 5. So no, it's not.
Yeah, I was looking at your roll, though. So,
Oh.
all right. Groovy.
I think you ought to attack him. He cannot have that much more ammo, dude. Oh yeah. So,
Okay.
all right. So that's it for your turn, right?
Yes, that's it. That's all our guys. We're not moving anymore. Everything else is supply and repair and towing of our trucks.
And you probably have some rear area stuff to play with.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Well, good fight at the end there, Tim. Way to hold your ground.
Yeah, that last roll was a big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if that
Yeah.
one was swung the other way, that would, finally force a retreat on you would have been nice. But good job holding it.
I think that strategy you guys are using. I mean, I'm surprised the Italians are down there and doing. Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually. the reverse of what actually happened. No, I don't think.
Oh, the Germans went down there. Is the
Germans came across? Yeah,
There was a
interesting.
big fight in McKinley that ended up pocketing a lot of troops.
yeah.
Oh, that's a tough place to get to. I got to tell you. Yeah,
Yes.
all those
Yeah.
wadis and stuff. I'm
And
like,
the
I don't want to
gravel
go up
is just
there.
horrible. Yeah.
Trying to get your supplies in there. Yuck.
Yeah, and we're retreating closer to our supply lines, which makes it tougher for you to come all the way across. And yeah, it gets to be kind of cool. And these breakdown markers, I love this part about the game. I mean, look at what you guys have around Benghazi already. I mean, crap, you can almost another army with all that crap, you know.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
we're going to use
Holy
big guns.
cow. Look at all the stuff in Benghazi.
It's
Wow.
brutal.
Yeah.
But that's the fun about the system is knowing when to push your guys more or not. Look at Mitch. He's asking us, should we hit or not? Other war games, you don't have that. It's like one attack and it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I mean, obviously, I wanted to do a little better, but the gameplay is sublime. It's good. How did you feel about the interaction of the air and kind of how it all went down? Did you see like that was reasonably fair, or how did you feel about it on your side? Because you were the ones taking it.
No, I actually I don't think that's a bad system. I think we're going to have to play it longer to figure out what the deal is, you know. But actually, no, I'm okay with that.
I mean,
I'm
it
gonna
kind of
read
let
that.
me fight you. Otherwise, I don't think I could have fought you, really.
Yeah, I'm going to read more on those boards just to see what everybody has to say about it. I mean, you know,
then-
some of that shit's 10 years old, and a lot of that
And you're gonna
opinions by guys.
Get a hold of me
Endgame
tomorrow
too.
on those charts, right?
Yeah, I will endeavor to do that. Don't sit around in any place and do anything.
No. If it needs to be over the weekend or whatever, that's fine. But I'd like to coordinate with you on that.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. I appreciate that very much. So, all right, then I'll send you guys, Tim. I'll send you an email that dictates the end result of all my air stuff, so that you got that, and we'll go from there. I enjoyed it again, guys. Thank you very much. It's been fun for me, and yeah, you, Chris and Jeff. I mean, get that stuff up there. Just don't worry about the breakdowns. Let's get it up so you can have some combat.
Yeah, it's I mean, if we're timid about it, it's not really that much different than walking. So I mean, we might as well.
You know, that's some truth. That's some truth. So,
Yeah.
all right, guys. Call it an evening.
Thank you, everybody. I'm going to sign
Hey.
off.
All right,
Have a good
guys.